Hey, hey, hey. All right. It's Auguste Crenshaw. It's day 5. The summit's almost over, but it's still live. Woo! Hello. All right. I am super duper excited here to drop some nuggets, some wisdom, little some, whatever it is before our last set of speakers get to going. What's going on, Camille? I'm amped. You missed it. I was like, hey, the summit's almost over and it's day 5, but it's still live. What's good? What's good? Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, because the heat does not turn down. The heat up in here does not turn down. And the first speaker, Miss Tanya from Australia, is a beast. And she is somebody who became an entrepreneur. She left high school because somebody saw the entrepreneurial spirit in her at a young age, many years ago, when doing something like this was not popular. And so to hear her story, the things that she went through, the millions she's made, the millions she's lost, the hundreds of thousands of dollars she's made, the hundreds of thousands of dollars she's lost, the hey and Monty beautiful, to hear the struggle. She's the one who said that she didn't have anything. She was in a 1-bedroom apartment. Hey, how are you doing, Maria? And she didn't have anything. And when she finally got that first check, you know, I'm not saying everybody got to be sleeping in an alley. Yes, it's so good to see you. You've been hustling and bustling your butt off, and I love that. My speakers, y'all, they don't play. They real. They doing what they got to do to take care of their business. But I'm talking a little bit about Tanya. I've got strong connections with all of my speakers, but her story is really going to bless you. And it's amazing how we met a year ago at a conference and how we kept in touch. And she would send me these messages, and they just would be right on time. Anybody that knows Tanya knows that she's powerful. She is positivity all day long. She is leadership in action. You know, these are the kind of things that you think about her when you think about her brand. Hey, Lisa, I see you're here. You're here too. She's about business building with relationships. She's very powerful, but she's been through some things. And so she is actually hey, Teresa. I'm talking about Tanya. Teresa, I met her last year too at the conference that was in San Diego. With Tanya, she's a super sweet soul. She's a super sweet spirit. And so when you listen to her interview, there's so many nuggets. There's so many nuggets. Yes, friend, it's been a minute. I love you. And Teresa's an organization queen. I'm going to literally just leave that right there. Yes, you have to love her. You have to love her because she's amazing and she's very brilliant and she's been through a lot of stuff. But we've all been through a lot of stuff. Hey, Stephen, how are you? And it's just amazing to connect with someone like her because nothing that she went through put her down. Nothing that she went through stopped her. She's one of the first speakers she is the first interview that I completed. She actually reached out to me about doing something together, and that doing something together came in through an epiphany through me. And I'm like, hey, you know, we need to connect or link up. And so for those of you that have been following the summit all the way through, I know you've been blessed. If you've been following this summit and you haven't been blessed, then you need to call my bluff. You need to call my bluff. You need to say something to me. Either it's because you need to say, no, August, there's nothing wrong with the summit, but I thought this is what I needed, but I didn't. Or you need to say to me, August, I tuned in and I just didn't get it. It just didn't help me. This was off. But I participated, you know, and I tried. Because I'm always wanting to up my game. I wanted to raise the bar. And so I'm happy because I've been getting feedback from the attendees. I've been getting feedback from the speakers. This has not just been an event about me building an email list. I love my speakers and my speakers love me. We have really joined forces because my first year in business was so freaking just all over the place. I know that there are a lot of other people that are going through the same thing. And some of you that are attending this summit right now, you're at that brink of quitting. You're at that brink of saying, can I push through? Can I persevere? And looking and seeing people that look just like you, sound just like you. There's nothing wrong with people that got success. You know, you all next level, you prim, proper, and polished. There's nothing wrong with that. But in the beginning of your business building, I'm not going to look like the same way the advertisement looks for some Eric Thomas or somebody. I'm just Auguste Crenshaw right now. He's AT, I'm AC. AC coming, but right now, AC got to work with what she's got. And so you all know my motto: you can have the perfect product, the perfect promo, and the perfect pitch, but if you're not perfecting relationships, then you don't have a business. And so what you should see, not only from listening to the speakers in this summit, but looking at the camaraderie between the speakers in the summit, thank you for the love, what you should be able to see is what it looks like to build relationships with people that you work with, not just having a joint venture and saying, okay, so what will this product or service be? And exactly how are we going to conduct this? And what kind of fees are we going to charge? And how are we going to split this commission? And who gets what? And what is the criteria of promoting? You know, no, there's much more heart and there's much more passion behind the vision. And so what you get to see is that you can do that. You can develop real relationships. I'm hoping you're seeing the power in social media, because some of these people I've met physically and personally, Rosemary Bridge, I am the Sharonda. These are people that I know from where I lived. I show love back to places that where I came from, that I know were doing the doggone thing. But a lot of these people I met online. But the way that we've looked after each other, the way that we've cheered one another on, you can see and feel a lot of camaraderie. And so for those of you that have been tuning into the summit, if you're a beginning or aspiring entrepreneur, or you're that frustrated entrepreneur that you basically feel like you're a beginner because you're not getting what it is that you're looking for, you've tried everything, you've bought everything, by now we're on day 5. If you ain't out there kicking ass doing something, I got a problem, and I need to know that. I love constructive criticism. The only way I'm going to be able to raise the bar is if you guys tell me, okay? So if you're in this and you're listening, you should be growing and going. I mean, I have speakers that are high earners that are like, I still just love it. You know, when you're constantly pouring out, you're constantly motivating and inspiring other people, you need to be poured back into. And so to hear the motivation and the inspiration that's coming out from other people, it's still very therapeutic. You are the company that you keep. For those of you that watched the insanely long video last night, Lisa put out a really good point. And insanely long because we were having a good time. But Lisa, my tax lady, she made a really valid point, because one of the attendees, her life has been changing. Camille said, yes, I'm growing and going. I'm dragging people with me too. She's like, you gonna come with me, you know, but seriously, but we were talking about Camille, and Camille was talking about the effect that the summit has had on her. And Lisa was saying, even if it was just that one person that we touched, we know that we've done our job. That's how we want to feel. The people that are on my summit, we want to know that we actually impacted and changed a life. And yes, we did. We did have a blast. And yes, Imani, and the way that you work and what you do for couples, I say it over and over again. Never seen anyone with so much passion for preserving families. And Stephen, I hope you're still on here. Stephen is today as well. Stephen is my man. He's another person, one of the older people like me, that became an entrepreneur at a young age when it wasn't popular. He didn't have a choice. He didn't have any other options. And so you guys need to know that there are options. You guys need to know that there's a way. You guys need to know that there are possibilities. And that's what you've gotten. But you haven't just gotten motivation and inspiration that there are possibilities. Some people have been literally saying to you, when you do this, do it with this intention. When you do this, do it that way. Thank you all for all of the love coming through. Thank you. People have literally been telling you, don't do this, do this. You know how everybody will tell you the 5 steps to write a good email? But what about the people who will tell you, don't do this? Because you can't just keep hearing all of the success strategies. You need to hear about the potential success pitfalls, because learning vicariously from our experiences is something that should just be, that's a golden one right there. You said, honestly, I wish I had something like this when I first started my business. Oh, Lord. If I did, do you know how many thousands of dollars in embarrassment I would have saved myself from? It's all good now. I thank God, because me going through it has now put me in a position to start a movement to protect other people, because I was a whole spiritual hot mess, justifying spending. I was all over the place. I was misbranding. But the one thing that I will say is that I was still working. I was still pushing. I was still persevering. I was still showing up. I was still attempting to sell, because in the beginning, that's literally all it was. I was attempting to sell. Wasn't nobody buying nothing, but at least I was trying. And my thing is entrepreneurship is a beautiful thing. I don't want anybody to ever miss that opportunity. So anyone who comes in and watches today, it's a hardcore lineup. I'm putting in the link now. It's Real Talk for Business. If you have not signed up, stop playing. It doesn't make a difference if, hey, Miss Colette, it doesn't make a difference if you haven't been able to hear the majority of the speakers. Get the all access pass. Listen, you've never received value like this in your entire life. You have never received value like this in your entire life from a summit. Yes, I can boldly say that. Stephen, you said that the pitfalls are the most valuable knowledge for growth. Yes, they are. And Camille, Imani, you said, yes, we are right where we need to be. Hello. Ooh, that's a tough one. You know, you hit my heart with that one. Absolutely. I feel like this summit has put me at a serious advantage. And hi there, yes, Colette, it has really done that. And I'm going to tell you something. You don't have, I've been talking about this platinum all access pass. You don't have to get the platinum, but don't miss out on at least getting the all access pass. It's absolutely crazy. It's crazy not to do so, for the simple fact that I don't care how much knowledge you've gotten from this summit. You cannot retain all of this information. Listen to me. I ain't dissing nobody. I don't care how many notes you've taken. You cannot absorb this entire summit. You cannot absorb all of this information. I'm going to get the link for that too. But on another note, listen to me. Listen to me. I want everybody that's on here right now, I want you to put it in your mind's eye. What do you want for your business? What do you want for your business? And I want you to just put it deep within your spirit why you want it. It could be because you had someone that you really love that had a disease and you want to fight something. It could be because you're tired of living in struggle and you know that you deserve abundance. It could be because you want to change the world, a certain segment of the world. I want you to know that that is literally possible. Some of you have not been moving forward with your dreams or your purpose because it feels like and it looks like the only way you make money, especially online, is if you got a sales gimmick. For some of you, it feels like and it looks like the only way you're going to make money is if you know how to manipulate things. The only way you're going to survive in your business is if you learn how to spend all your money on Facebook ads. Let me tell you something. For those of y'all that do not know, Facebook shut down my ability to do ads right before I got ready to do hardcore promotion for this summit. Yeah, you guys may have seen a little promo spurt here and there. I was spending like $1 a day, literally just to kind of see who was, responding to the ads, who was liking it. Out of nowhere, I received a notification from Facebook that I had been doing fraudulent ads, that my ads were not lining up with what I said I was representing. Yes, me, the queen of Real Talk, who don't even be doing no sales pitching with y'all. They just be sitting there looking, saying, look, what else do you want me to say to you? Get this. No emotional pulls, no triggers, no nothing. But guess what? They didn't stop me. I still kept going. I circumvented the system. I need you to keep it in your mind's eye while you're doing what you're doing. And I want you to know that any block that comes against you, it is for the fortification of you to be strong. Because the movement that's inside of you, the calling that's inside of you, the desire that's inside of you does have the ability to have a major, powerful impact. You're not just another coach. You're not just another designer. You're not just another person that's writing a book. You are a person that's about to change the world. And in order for you to change the world, you have to do things differently than what everybody else is doing, because you are an agent of change. This is something else that you should be getting from watching the speakers in the summit. The fact that busting through the barrier and doing it differently is what's going to make all the difference of you having the impact that you're supposed to have. The same old is not going to work. It can seem like there's so much negativity out there, that there's been so much there have been so many deliberate attempts to do things maliciously. But guess what? It doesn't matter, because after the pendulum swings so far to the left, it only has a matter of time before it has to begin to swing back to the right. So believe in yourself. Believe that you have a calling, a purpose, and a mission that is way bigger and above and beyond you. Every single struggle that I went through over the last year and even prior to that is its weight in gold. And you guys that have been following me, you know about everything. You know about the divorce. You know about the hole being bit in my chin. You know about the tears that I cried. You know about the stuff that I left down. You know about driving for Uber. You know about a whole lot of stuff that a lot of people do not want to share. But I'm willing to share these stories because some of you are going through the same things. You're looking at your freezer right now and ain't nothing in there but ice. Do you hear me? I know where you're at. I know what you're feeling. You're looking at your bank account right now and you barely got enough money just to put gas in your car to go from point A to point B. But me and my speakers, we got some hell of a stories to tell you about the transitions, the changes, the job losses, all of the shit that messed up at the wrong time that we still pushed and persevered through. And so instead of letting you have a pity party and making you believe that you can't get through it, we're giving you snippets and nuggets of our stories and telling you some of the things that we've been through and saying, yes, you can. Bree, I just seen a heart from you. Bree is another example where she started talking. Hey, you want to know? That's a sister right there. Baby Bree has a hell of a story. Let me tell you something. I will give you this one nugget. You need to check her out, because with Bree, she had launched a successful business. And she tells you in the interview, but she had a situation where she went through a divorce. And you want to know what went with the divorce? Money that was in her bank account. But she took that situation, she rebounded, and she rebuilt. And I'm going to tell you something. She's a hell of a branding, baby. I don't want to say her name of what she does wrong, but when you look at her graphics, when you look at her branding, you will look at Bree's stuff and you will be like, OMG. Put your title in the way you like to say it, because I don't want to say it wrong, but she persevered. So you can persevere. This summit is about knowing that you can do this. Good morning, Chandra. How are you doing, beautiful? Tell it. No pity party allowed. Absolutely not. Because you know what? Pity parties didn't do anything for us as we were going. We had to walk in our ability. We had to walk in our empowerment. We had to trust and believe that what we were doing has purpose. Colette said the summit was amazing. So many nuggets. And look, we're not done. Hey, Angela, you're on here too. I didn't even see my thing isn't scrolling up. Once again, for those in the back. All right, now, come on. Welling up. Come on, Imani. Because it's the truth. We know that it's the truth. We know that it's the truth. I love you. Brand strategist and stylist. That's what it was. The stylist that's at the end. And baby, she got some style. You're going to check out when you go to her website, because you're going to get an opt-in. You're going to see it. You say more than the graphics, baby. We create all in brands. Say it the way that it is. Oh, yes, happening for you, not to you. Happening for you, not to you. So everybody's got a story to tell. Everybody's got something For instance, for those of you that watch Auguste Carter, now her interview is gone, which means you need to get your pass if you want to get it. She had a plan. She stepped out on faith. She was going to she had to leave a job, but hey, no big deal. I'm going to give me a severance package. Talk to her husband. We're going to use this money. We're going to start my business. People thought she was crazy. And the day she walked off that job and went to her husband and was like, hey, boo, it's time to kick it off. He said, I just lost my job. So the speakers on here, we not fluffing bull. I hope that this can work out right. We persevered in spite of it all. If you read her portfolio, now she's done over $500 million in sales, but they didn't come to her. You heard her talking about being willing to be embarrassed when she broke down what the E was in fear, riding down the street with a door that literally fell open while she's trying to get a client to buy a house. You are not alone in this. Whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through, if you haven't felt anything, you should have felt empowered. Some of these speakers have been damn near dead, literally damn near dead. That's how they figured out they were supposed to be entrepreneurs. The Real Talk for Business Mastery Summit is not just about you knowing a bunch of how-tos. It's not about you knowing a checklist, knowing how to price, how to make a funnel, how to make an email, how to do a website, how to do a landing page, how to write the perfect copy, how to promote on Facebook, how to do Facebook ads. Are all of those things important? Yes, they are. But most of you all starting a business, you already damn near broke anyway. You trying to finagle the money that you could barely survive on off of your job and penny pinching so that you can invest it in a business. You basically not paying your light bill because you figure if you invest in this one last product that it'll give you the magic formula that you needed. So when you sell something, you could make your money back so you could pay your electric bill. And when you did all of the stuff that was on the PDF, you still didn't sell anything. You're sitting there looking crazy. You're making payments arrangements. You calling people. You asking them, can you borrow money in order to keep your head afloat? And none of that shit is working because nobody ever told you that you were enough. Nobody ever told you that you were amazing enough. Nobody ever told you that you needed someone that was going to pull the creativity out of you and then allow you to be able to step into position and use the products and services and all of the tricks and the gimmicks and stuff like that. Because I'm going to tell you something. When somebody starts pulling creativity out of you, ain't nobody got to tell you the 7 steps to create a course. You start getting excited and saying, wait a minute, I should do this and I could do that. Hey, oh, my step, I don't want to call her stepmother, but just so it don't get confused. Hey, Selena, AKA Mom, my sister Alicia's on here. How you doing? And yes, Lisa, damn right. Somebody needed to tell you that you were great. That's what this summit is about. You're going to see summit speakers that didn't have any diplomas. You heard Constance, she had a PhD. She had a public high school diploma. Whoop, fooled you, but then we had Elena, who has 4 degrees. She does have a PhD. The gap between the speakers has been so big to show you that anything is possible. Anything is possible once you ignite that power inside of you. Then you start attracting the right things and the right people to start coming at you at the right time so you can operate with direction. All of these speakers have all come with the same thing, saying it over and over again. This is how you do it. This is how you become successful. Thank you guys for the love. This is how you get to the next place, but it's inside of you. You aren't being taught to trust you. Matter of fact, some of these coaches are so arrogant that they telling you that the only way you're going to get there is if you do steps 1 through 10. You know what? The foundation of the bricks may be steps 1 through 10. But maybe your situation is so unique that they need to draw steps 1, 2, 3, 3A, and 3B for you. That you need to break the mold. You need to modify the system. And so some of you've been trying to pay for coaching. You've been trying to pay for stuff. But because you haven't been looking for somebody that's willing to look inside of you first, this is one of the main reasons why you're not getting where you need to get. This is why the Real Talk for Business Mastery Summit was created, to be empowering, to let you see what you're capable of doing. But you have to execute. Execute. You see, the other thing that's going on with the speakers is that they execute. They don't take failure as an option. There is no such thing as a failure. I didn't launch a course that failed. I launched a course that taught me how to do it better. And then I launched another course that taught me how to do it even better. And everything will happen right on time, right in season. So for those of you that have been following, Thank you. I am glad that you're getting so much from the summit, but I'm here to tell you with all satisfaction, it may be day 5, and I know you got a lot on day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4, and you might have tricked yourself into believing that there was nothing else left to get, but I'm here to tell you that the fire is still going to be pumping very strong, that you're still going to get just as much today as you have on any other day. My last set of speakers before the grand finale are still going to blow your mind. So please chime in. Please get caught up. The people from yesterday are going to start disappearing by the hour. Irma was yesterday. She's about to be gone. But you got Tanya, like I told you, my Australian sister. She's off the hook right after her. That's Bree. She's on here. You need to be ready for her. Steven, he was on here. And I'm telling you, just a short version, he suffered from dyslexia before they knew what to do with it. Brilliant man, wonderful athlete, didn't have a choice but to become an entrepreneur. Samoa, all of the graphics that you've seen for the summit, that's that one who designed everything. Millennial, taking care of business, doing her own thing. After her is Mike Mentor. I'm going to go ahead and let you know because I don't play no games. When you tune into his interview, you get some of it, but you don't get all of it. The ones that are willing to get their platinum level all access pass, you want to hear Mike Mentor, the ex-Carolina Panthers safety, who donated his time to talk to you about really becoming a champion. Invest in yourselves, baby, if you want that interview, because that man gets paid a lot of money to speak. So it is an honor for him to say, I see the vision. I'm about this. I want to see people up level and go to the next level. Then we got Jessica Yarborough, who's going to talk to you guys about your mindset issues and some stuff like that, because some of y'all want to do some high ticket selling, but high ticket selling is not for everybody. And this is her sweet spot. This is what she does. And then, of course, Caesar Visual Zamunda, this dude, Zamudio, he's been doing what he's been doing in the industry with outreach and taking care of kids and working in hip hop, and he's doing podcasts, all kinds of stuff. These are some very heavy hitters coming for the last day. And I'm going to tell you, when I say they represent, they represent. So I'm going to be back on here live for intermission at 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to come on here live with me so we can kick it, I don't care if you've already been on the live with me. Let me know. If you've been watching the summit or you're a summit speaker, let's bring it. Come on in. We're going to kick it. We're going to talk about it. And this is the last day before the grand finale. And you will get to hear me on the grand finale. Yes, somebody interviewed me and started asking me some questions instead of me asking everybody else some questions and digging in and deciphering what they're saying. So I just want to thank all of you. Oh, wait a minute. It's been all comments coming in. My little thing ain't moving. Lisa, you stay game. You pick the time. We had too much fun. Imani said no tricks is fire all the way. Bree said, but if you're not failing, then you're not doing enough. What's that one person? I can't remember who said it. If you're not embarrassed, Stephen Picanza, I heard him say it on his podcast. He said, if you aren't embarrassed with your first launch, you waited too long to do it. So y'all know that I'm also a time fanatic. I'm looking at the clock. We got 3 minutes. I need to go ahead and get this next video up. I love you guys. I'm going to see you all at 1 o'clock. Keep going out there doing something a beast to get to your next goal. Catch you up on the interviews. This is Auguste Crenshaw, the real talkpreneur. I'm getting out of here. Thank you for coming to watch. Those that come back and watch the replay, don't forget, if this message in this video was powerful to you, click the share button. Let's continue to spread positivity and make it overflow into the internet. All right. I love you guys. In a minute. Deuces.